Honorable
Welcome back. Now we dive into the details for today. Chairman of Emoha Local Government Council, Honorable Chidi Lloyd, has applauded the commissioning of the primary healthcare and doctors' lounge by Professor Kinikanwo Green in Emoha Local Government area of the state. A fully funded capacity health facility, Chidi Lloyd said, is targeted at the maximum provision of healthcare to both indigents and residents of Emoha Local Government area and its environs. Speaking, the council chairman, Honorable Chidi Lloyd, said the facility was born out of constant consultation and collaboration with both indigents and health management board in order to provide needs and standard requirements for an healthcare structure.
So Emoha Primary Healthcare Annex and Doctors Lounge, this facility built by the management of the council under the leadership of Sir Chidi Julius Lloyd, DSSRS, PhD, is commissioned by Professor Kinikanwo Green, DSSRS, Executive Secretary, Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board.
What you see here today was as a result of constant consultation with the end users of the facility. We didn't just come out to build. You are building for people who will use it. So when we conceived the idea, we worked with the board to ensure that we capture everything that is here. Why are we doing all this? It will also affect output. When a man is comfortable, the environment where he or she is working is comfortable, it definitely would affect output. And all of what we've done, yes, you came in and it was as if there was no change in baton in the board because of the relationship the council still enjoys with you. All of what we have achieved today was as a result of a robust collaboration between the council.
The Rivers State Police Command on Thursday said it had arrested a man identified as Michael Chidozie for allegedly beating up and strangling his wife, a mother of three, in their residence in Maifor near Port Harcourt, state capital. Correspondent learned that the victim, Mrs. Ufoma Herrera Chidozie, who hailed from Delta State, allegedly died after sustaining injuries resulting from beating in the early hours of Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. Children the couple had together are aged 10, 7, and 5 respectively, all males. A source in the area who pleaded anonymity said that the deceased husband put a call across to his late wife's brother to come because there was an emergency at home, but fled before his brother-in-law arrived. He further revealed that before now, the couple had been having issues over financial troubles in their home, adding that the man had been complaining about this to some of his close friends. It was gathered that the suspect was, however, arrested on Wednesday morning, March 6, 2024, by the Aji Police Division, Mile 4, Port Harcourt, after it acted on credible intelligence. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Iringe Koko, confirmed the incident when our correspondent contacted her, saying the suspect was in detention and investigations ongoing. Iringe Koko disclosed that following his arrest, the suspect was transferred to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department in Port Harcourt for discreet investigation. According to her, the suspect has been arrested and he has been transferred to SCID for discreet and proper investigation. Our correspondent learned that the woman's corpse has been deposited at the mortuary as the police and the family had agreed on an autopsy as part of the investigations before she would be buried. We still have more news, but don't forget you can connect with us and watch on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. On Instagram and TikTok, you have it on Atlantic TV Network 1. On X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, and watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Now on to other stories. The troops of the Nigerian Army on Thursday cleared and destroyed an alleged Supreme headquarters. Supreme headquarters of the indigenous people of Biafra and its security wing, the Eastern Security Network. Army headquarters stated this in a post on the official X handle while sharing still and motion pictures from the operations. According to the post, the headquarters, which served as the last IPOB and ESN stronghold, is located in the Mother Valley and spans also and Ihiala local government areas of Imo and Anambra states respectively. It's added that the headquarters was about 5,000 feet below sea level. The well-concealed and forested location affords the terrorists good cover from air surveillance. It also serves as the command and control center and military council headquarters, the post added. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has disclosed that over 500 surgeries have been performed on patients. Under his administration's free surgical intervention program in the last 1 week. Governor Abiodun made this disclosure when he received the committee of the chief medical directors and medical directors of federal tertiary hospitals in Nigeria who paid him a courtesy call in his office at Okemosan, Abeokuta on Thursday. The governor said that the free surgery program was designed to provide succor to the poor and vulnerable who could not afford medical bills at this difficult time. He said his government had also done a lot to improve the healthcare sector in the Gateway State since 2019. Prince Abiodun said, "We have also implemented our health insurance program called Mera Dero, Ilera Dero, and the Ibidero for the women. As of now, because of the prevalent economic situation, we have decided that all our women and children, the poor and vulnerable, should go to our primary healthcare centers and secondary or tertiary hospitals in the state. We will register them under our free health insurance program. Our pregnant women, when they go to the hospital, they get free pre- and postnatal attention, and they put to bed, and they also get 10,000 naira. Governor Abiodun disclosed that the state is creating a database that will track a family or community and the kind of disease prevalent among them, as well as compiling records at the grassroots that will enable the government to predict predominant diseases that are in the family, community, or area to take proper care to treat them." Speaking on the situation at the 250-bed hospital located at Okemosan, Abeokuta, the governor noted that his administration is collaborating with a partner as part of its medical architecture to run and make it a center of medical excellence to engender medical tourism in the country. Prince Abiodun noted that medical institutions in the state are wearing new looks as his government has employed a large number of medical personnel and purchased new equipment to make them render quality service to the people. The state helmsman described the relationship between the state's Ministry of Health and the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, as cordial. The Ogun State Police Command said it had begun an investigation into the kidnapping of a school teacher, Adegbenjo Adelowo, in Alabata area of Odeda local government area of the state. The state police public relations officer, Omolola Odulola, disclosed this in a telephone conversation with newsmen on Thursday. Our correspondent gathered from a source who pleaded anonymity that Adelowo, a senior school teacher at Alabata Community High School, Alabata, Osiele, was kidnapped on his farm located within the area. It was gathered further that the kidnappers allegedly came out of the bush and attacked the victim before eventually whisking him away. Odulola, who confirmed the incident to our correspondents, disclosed that efforts were ongoing to rescue the victim from the kidnappers and to arrest the gang. The police are aware of the incidents, and now upon receiving the report, the Commissioner of Police, Abiodun Alamutu, has ordered an immediate manhunt for the kidnappers and an order for the victim to be rescued safely. The police will not relent in its effort to rid the state of crime and criminality, Odulola disclosed. The Ilorin Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has arrested 48 suspected internet fraudsters and a herbalist for offenses bordering on conspiracy and obtaining money under false pretense in Lokoja, Kogi State capital. The Ilorin Zonal Command Office of EFCC covers Kwara, Kogi, and Ekiti states, with the zonal headquarters in Ilorin, Kwara State capital. The statement by Dele Oyewale, head of media and publicity of the EFCC, made available to newsmen in Ilorin on Thursday, said the suspects were arrested upon credible intelligence on Tuesday, March the 5th, 2024, at various locations in Lokoja. The herbalist, believed to be the spiritual godfather of the internet fraudsters, was arrested with various charms. The statement further said items recovered from them included 10 exotic cars, 2 motorcycles, 11 laptops, 83 mobile phones, and charms. The suspects, all male between the ages of 17 and 34, will be arraigned in court upon conclusion of investigations, the statement said. Operatives of the Nigeria Security Civil Defense Corps Ngongo Division, Kano State Command, has arrested a suspected kidnapper, Ibrahim Usman, at the Yaradua quarters, Rimin Kebe, Ngongo local government area of the state. The NSCDC Command's Public Relations Officer, Ibrahim Abdullahi, made this disclosure when it was made available to newsmen on Thursday. He said that the 85-year-old suspect, Ibrahim Usman, abducted the victim, a 3-year-old boy who is a child in the neighborhood, and attempted to hide him in his friend's residence situated at the Hotoro bypass in Kano State. Having suspected the foul play, his friend rejected to keep the boy in his custody and decided to alert residents where the suspect lives at Rimin Kebe, who had been looking for the missing boy. The development led the suspect to run away and was later picked up by the personnel of the corps. Ngongo Division. Worthy of note is that the suspect had at least 2 months collected the victim's father's phone number but never called him for once, the statement said. According to Abdullahi, investigations into the case has reached an advanced stage, and when concluded, the suspect will be charged to court. A trainer aircraft belonging to the Nigerian Air Force experienced a minor mishap in Kaduna State on Thursday. The aircraft, a Super Mushak trainer aircraft, was involved in a minor mishap at about 2:35 p.m. according to the Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Govt. Govt, in a statement, said the incidents occurred while the pilots were returning from a routine training. He, however, said that the 2 pilots came out of the crash unscathed. Govt said that the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, had ordered a probe into the matter. The Zamfara State Police Command has said that its operative had arrested a female suspected bandit collaborator, Nafisa Alhaji Sani, at Safe local government area of the state. Speaking with newsmen at the command's headquarters, the Commissioner of Police, Shehu Muhammad Dalian, said the woman once confessed to the crime during interrogation on the 18th of February 2024, at about 5:30 in the evening. A team of policemen attached to SIS of the command acted on credible information and arrested one Nafisa Alhaji Sani of Kauyen Magaji in Safi local government area for suspicious collaboration with bandits. During the investigation, the suspect confessed to having been working under one Alti, a bandit kingpin operating at Baban Kauge forest for many times. She supplied live ammunition to him. She further revealed that she is the one who masterminded the abduction of her friend, and she was promised a huge sum of money if the ransom was paid. However, on February 10, 2024, at about 4 p.m., police detectives invaded the house of Alti, who is located at Baban Kauye, and recovered one AK-47 rifle and two locally made AK-47 guns with live ammunition. The case is under investigation. February 2024, at about 2:30 p.m., intelligence information was revealed that bandits were holding a meeting at one house located at Mada village in Gusau local government area belonging to Wang Dogo Hamza, a notorious bandit terrorizing Mada area. On receipt of the information, a team of policemen attached to the Special Intervention Squad mobilized and cordoned off the said house, and the bandits took to their heels, and the above-mentioned exhibits were recovered. Monitoring and surveillance patrol of the area is in progress, the CP said. You're watching Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network right here in the city of Port Harcourt. We'll be back after this very short break. Stay tuned.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human
on the point of order.
Honorable
On them. They are not picking our calls. They made up their mind.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
people into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You are a human.
They are not picking our calls. They made up their mind.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back to Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network right here in the city of Port Harcourt. And now to the rest of our stories. The Nigerian police force has paraded 11 suspects arrested by its intelligence response team operatives over alleged involvement in one-chance robbery in Abuja. The force public relations officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, while parading the suspects and other suspected criminals, criminal gangs involved in kidnapping, robbery, gun running in Abuja, also apprehended one Joseph Ziko, who had been fabricating guns since 2019 and has fabricated 19 pistols. A correspondent, Rotimi Adewuyi, reports.
Sunday Ekwo, a driver of one chance car. Their route is within Gwagwalada Area 1, AYA, Giri and Wuse axis of the FCT. The suspect, along with his gang members, target phones of their victims with operation tactics of shifting chair. He and his member having been in a car, 4 persons at the back and 1 at the front, looks for a victim who will sit in front alongside the 5th member who is seated at the front seat. In the process of shifting the chair to accommodate the victim, his phone is being taken, or they render help to hold the bag of a female victim whose phone is taken out of the bag. According to the first PRO, police operatives immediately traced the criminals upon intelligence and arrested them at their hideout in Karimo area of the FCT.
Yes, it's a...
How do you do it? Use the mic very well, don't worry. We go sanitize them.
We carry a passenger. We carry one person. One
house, please.
4 at the back. So the next person will enter the front car. When they enter the front car, they will now ask you to shift they will adjust the seats to the front. So when the 2 people are sitting on the seat, their leg will be touching the dashboard. Then the driver will say you should shift the seats, go back, so that they will be balanced for the seat. So on the way shifting the chair, maybe you will ask the woman, let me help you and hold your back, so that you can shift the chair very well. So on the process, we remove the phone. So that is what we do.
Yes, how did you get the vehicle?
I purchased, I collected, sir.
I purchased?
Yes, sir.
From who?
The man is not alive again. We have accident to die.
The man is not alive again?
We have accident to die.
The man don't die. So are you paying to the family or to the company?
No, I was already pay finish before they even get out.
You don't pay finish?
Yes.
How did you pay? Instrumentally?
So now the work I use pay and we not license.
Oh, now this work?
Yes, sir.
Divine Afoke is involved in defrauding her neighbor and close friend of the sum amounting to 24 million naira. She collected money in the guise of investment, and when she could not pay back, she finds a way to send her defrauded persons out of town under the guise of them being on the watch of the list of kidnappers.
I took it at first for the purpose of business, but since it didn't work out, I didn't know what to do again.
So you actually now did that so that he can run away, so that you will not remember the money again. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Is that good enough?
It's not good, sir.
As a Nigerian, as an African man, why must you do that to your neighbor and a family friend?
I'm sorry, sir.
Well, that's another lesson for all of us. Keep to your immediate family, not to look for friend up and down. Your wife, your children don't do you. If you get siblings, he do you. But this one, say my neighbor, my neighbor, my neighbor, my neighbor, everything my neighbor. I think you can see now.
He is not the only one that I started the business with. So I had to pay people that I had already promised interest.
Divine, we are talking of money 30 million. What did you do with this money? Before you repay debts, what did you do with the money you got from them in the first instance? You cannot answer this question. Maybe you are building houses?
No.
What did you do with the money? Humanitarian service?
No.
Rotimi Adewi, ATN News, Abuja.
The federal government on Thursday inaugurated a committee for the implementation of the Orosanye report, which majorly recommends the merger of government ministries, departments, and agencies to cut costs of governance. The inauguration of the implementation committee followed the announcement by President Bola Tinubu-led federal government on February 28, 2024, that parts of the recommendation in the 12-year-old Orosanye report will be implemented. The 800-page report recommended that 263 of the statutory agencies be slashed to 161, 38 agencies be scrapped, 52 be merged, and 14 be reverted to departments in various ministries, amongst others. A statement on Thursday by the Director of Information, Office of the Secretary General of the Federation, Segun Imohiosen, said that the SGF George Akume inaugurated the Committee on the Implementation of the Recommendations on the review of reports and white papers on restructuring and rationalization of federal government parastatals, agencies, and commissions. Outlining the mandate of the committee, the Akume said that the committee would identify redundancies and overlaps or conflicting objectives among the mandates of different organizational units. On the committee are the SGF, the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Eshon, and the Special Advisor to the President, Policy and Coordination, Usman Bala. Others are the Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reform, Dasuki Arabi, Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senate, Abdullahi Gumel, Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, House of Representatives, Ibrahim Olarewaju, Principal Secretary to the President, Hakim Okunola, and Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs Office, Richard Filingwa. President Bola Tinubu has identified President Bola Tinubu has indefinitely suspended the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Rural Electrification Agency, Ahmed Salihijo, alongside 3 executive directors of the agency from office. This followed new findings unearthed during a comprehensive investigation into the financial activities of the Rural Electrification Agency, the State House revealed in a statement signed by the President's Special Assistant Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale. The statement is titled, President Tinubu suspends Rural Electrification Agency Managing Director and team from office. Aside from Salihijo, the President also suspended the Executive Director of Corporate Services, Olani Nelufo, Executive Director, Technical Services, Baraka Sajo, and Executive Director, Rural Electrification Fund, Saadatu Belgore. Tinubu also ordered a wider investigation into the conduct of the officials in a fraudulent mis-expenditure amounting to over 1.2 billion naira over the past 2 years, some of which has already been recovered by the anti-graft agencies, Ngelale revealed. Consequently, the President appointed a new management team of the agency who will serve in acting capacity with immediate effect. They include Abba Aliu as Managing Director, CEO, Ayoade Boyega as Executive Director, Corporate Services, Umaru as Executive Director, Technical Services, Doris Ubo as Executive Director, Rural Electrification Fund, and Olufemi Akinyelure as Head of Project Management Unit, Electrification Program. The House of Representatives has mandated this committee on population to investigate the use of 200 billion naira meant for suspended 2023 population and housing census. These resolutions followed the adoption of a motion titled Need to Investigate 200 billion naira spent on suspended 2023 population and housing census, moved by Honorable Clement Akani, adding that the census is a process of systematically collecting, compiling, and analyzing demographic, social, and economic data of a population within a specific region. The lawmaker recalled that the National Population Commission says it has spent about 200 billion naira to prepare for the 2023 population and housing census, and expressed worry that the exercise was, however, suspended indefinitely by former President Muhammadu Buhari a few days before leaving office.
Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Clem Agba, said a total of 869 billion will be required for the exercise, and this figure, according to the minister, includes post-census activities. Also recalls that the National Population Commission says it has spent about 200 billion to prepare for the 2023 population and housing census. Recall that the National Population Census says it has spent 200 billion for the 2023 population and housing census. Disturbed that the exercise was, however, suspended indefinitely by former President Muhammadu Buhari a few days before leaving office, and concerned that the need to provide the nation with accurate and reliable demographic data for policy formulation and planning for sustainable development could not be overemphasized.
The committee is expected to report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action, while in a related development, the House of Representatives has called on security agencies to free 300 women kidnapped in Borno State while fetching firewood in the bush. Honorable Zainab Gimba from Borno State, who represented the matter in a motion on the floor of the House during plenary as a matter of urgency, noted that over 300 women were kidnapped while fetching firewood in the bush. According to Gimba, this is the second largest abduction after Chibok girls' abduction by Boko Haram in April 2014.
Mr. Speaker, the motion is abduction of dozens of women and children in IDP camps in Gala, Borno State. The House knows the recent abduction of dozens of women and children in Gala, Borno State by the Boko Haram insurgents. Also knows that the abduction took place last Sunday the 3rd when the women went to fetch firewood in the bush for domestic and commercial purposes. Further knows that while the women were fetching the firewood, they were surrounded by the insurgents in Bulabultie village in the western part of Ngala town. Again knows that the insurgents freed the old age but abducted about almost 300 evil young girls and boys. Aware that most of the abducted women were from Babban Sansani and some from Zulum and Arabic camps. Worried that lack of enough food in the camps has forced the women to go in search of firewood to sell so as to complement the food being given to them in the camps by the state government and some other development partners. Note that 3 girls escaped from the den of the insurgents reported that they were taken to a bush close to Bunkar Mairam village along the shores of the Lake Chad, bordering the Republic of Chad.
The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has blamed the current inflation in the country on 8 years of printing money without matching it with productivity by former President Muhammadu Buhari. Edun, who disclosed this during an interface with the Senate Committee on Finance, said during the period, the printing of naira in trillions was carried out without matching it with productivity. The finance minister reiterated the resolve of the federal government to audit the 22.7 trillion ways and means advanced under former President Buhari's regime, adding that the consequence of 8 years of printing money without productivity is high inflation confronting the country now.
We talked about inflation, and you have helped to solve that. But where has it come from? It's come from 8 years of just printing money. And the issue is that that money was not matched by productivity. It's not like when you earn dollars and you bring the naira alongside it, although there's even a better way than that. But that's still not as bad. It's not as if the money is matched by productivity, increase in output. It is not. And what happened was that for 8 years, the weak were left to their own devices. It is the privileged few that took everything. That's the reality. So that money supply must be sought back out to balance the economy. You, distinguished senators, have helped. You have given us the mandate to raise 7 trillion naira, which we will do by sucking money from the market, using to pay back the central bank and give the government a balanced books.
In his closing remarks, the chairman of the committee, Senator Sani Musa, said the interactive section will be in a continuous exercise in knowing the short-term and long-term plans of the government on its way out of the precarious situation.
People are given surplus to are the same people that are employed. They collect their salary, they collect their allowances, they collect their pardon anywhere they go. So it's very important, Mr. Minister, you look at that. And then the envelope budgeting, which one of us spoke about, you will see so many line items. It's continuous, it's just in the system. But from the budget office, they just roll it out and present it as a budget. There is need for us to seriously, not only you on that side, but even us here, to look at it. And this is the reason why we need to create the office, this budget office in National. It's very important. So with this, I think I will commend the Honorable Minister for being up to date with the situation about the economy, and also appeal to the Honorable Minister to work towards getting all.
The House of Representatives Committee on Maritime Safety, Education and Administration said it would investigate all contractors that abandon projects at the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, Akwa Ibom State. It also resolved to summon the leadership of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency over the failure to remit the statutory 5% allocation to the Academy for over a year now. This came following a presentation by the Director of the Academy, Commodore Duja Emmanuel Efedua, retired, before the Committee on Oversight function to the Academy on Thursday. Speaking during the interactive section, the chairman of the committee, Khadija Buka Abba Ibrahim, said all contractors who abandon projects from the inception of the institution will be investigated and made to account for every kobo collected to serve as a deterrent to others. Ibrahim, who was represented by the vice chairman of the committee, Honorable Udwak Ududo, PDP Akwa Ibom State, said the committee would write to the institution on getting back to Abuja, adding that the practice of abandonment of projects after taxpayers' money had been paid must not be allowed to continue. And viewers, this is where we wrap it up on this edition of Government and Public Service Report right here on Atlantic Television Network in the city of Port Harcourt. I am Raymond Ken Mbata, and you can still follow us on our socials and stay connected on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, on X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, and watch us on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.